Good morning. Okay, so the Sustainable Development Goal 17 is about partnerships of the goals to promote sustainable development across borders. The official statement is strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development. The UN 2030 agenda envisages a world of universal respect for human rights and human dignity, the rule of law, justice, equality, and non discrimination. Now, SDG 17 is important as the 2030 agenda is universal and calls for action by all countries, developing and developed, to ensure that no one is left behind. It highlights the importance of macroeconomic stability and of mobilizing financial resources for developing countries. It also stresses the importance of trade and equitable rules for governing it.
Well, there are total 19 targets in SDG 17 which aims to promote cooperation and collaboration, and I'll be discussing the important ones. Number 1, to strengthen domestic resource mobilization, including through international support to developing countries to improve domestic capacity for tax and other revenue collection. Second is to mobilize additional financial resources for countries from multiple sources. Develop countries to implement fully the official development assistance commitments, including the commitment by many developed countries to achieve the target of 0.7% of ODA to developing countries and a bracket of 0.15 to 0.20% of their ODA to the least developed countries. To adopt and implement investment promotion regimes for the least developed countries. To respect each country's policy space and leadership to establish and implement policies for poverty. Promote the development, transfer and diffusion of environmentally sound technologies and to developing countries on favorable terms, including as concessional terms as mutually agreed upon. So while these targets emphasize the importance of global cooperation, partnership, financial assistance, technology transfer and policy coherence to achieve sustainable development worldwide, the idea is to build strong partnership among government, the private sector and the civil society to address the interconnected challenges that the world is facing.
Sure. So the goal 17 is deeply interconnected with all the other SDGs. Unlike the other goals, which deal with specific thematic areas, goal 17 is cross-cutting and can help in realization of the other 16 goals. So the number one thing that businesses can do is lead on responsible tax practices. So governments require corporate tax revenues to advance the SDGs. At a minimum, businesses should comply with the tax laws and regulations in the countries in which they operate. They should adopt responsible tax practices, not engage in tax avoidance measures, and be transparent about their tax practices throughout the country reporting. Number two thing that they can do is financial sustainable development. Now, companies can be sustainable development partners in developing countries by investing in infrastructure, essential services, and growing businesses. Private sector finance can involve SMEs and large enterprises in all sectors, including but not limited to the financial sector. Number three thing that we can do.
Just a second, Pula.
Yeah.
Can you please put your phone down? Yeah, thank you. Continue.
Right. So the number three thing that businesses can do is partner to share knowledge. Now the partnerships are key for wide deployment of technology, knowledge, and business models for sustainable development across all countries. Number 4, build capacity. Partnerships with developing country stakeholders can equip employees and suppliers with knowledge and skills, support the development of organizational capacity of supply chain companies, public sector and civil society counterparts, and facilitate the development of legal and regulatory frameworks. And finally, we can lead partnerships. So collaboration is a key quality of all leadership on the goals. Myriad systemic challenges that hold people back from realizing their human rights and development require such partnerships. Now, these include child labor, poverty wages, denial of land rights, sexual violence, and discrimination, which are pertinent examples. Businesses can lead on partnerships addressing one or several systemic challenges by initiating, sharing, or making consistently significant contributions to them.